Yes, we tried to become pregnant for many years in our home country, natural pregnancy, but unfortunately we did not succeed. So we tried with IVF in our home country as well, many times, but it did not succeed. So we found out that Chachava Clinic in Tbilisi had a special clinic here in the very famous hospital. And we reached out and got really good connection. So it felt very good from start. So that's how it all began.
Yeah, so when I was 30 years old, I got diagnosed with breast cancer. And in order to, as a part of the treatment, I was put in artificial menopause. So the doctors in Denmark think it's too risky for me to carry a child, and that's why we were so happy when we found out that it could actually become, it was possible to get a baby through a surrogate mother. So when I read about that, I was actually in a conference in Athens, and I just started to cry because I was so happy that even though I had been sick, that it was possible to get a little child without jeopardizing my own health.
We started trying to have a child somewhere around 2008, 2009, I think.
10 years ago.
Yeah. But it didn't work, and we contacted a doctor to start IVF process in Sweden. And we went on with that for a couple of years, and nothing happened. And in the end of our IVF process, I found out that I have a hereditary connective tissue disease that is causing big problems on the heart and veins in the body. And that means a big risk to get pregnant. So we had to stop IVF.
Search for alternative.
Yeah, exactly. We started searching for alternatives to have a child.
We found out that Chachava Clinic could help us with a one-stop full service. It was ourselves who found out about Chachava Clinic. We discovered it on internet, and it felt very well and very good from start. We reached out, and the service and the people has been fantastic.
I also knew one thing I liked about this clinic is that it has a long history, and it's really built from Georgia, from the ground up, so to speak. Mm-hmm. It's not an agency that's around the world and that moves around according to how the laws shift, but it's really for couples who have some kind of had a disease or illness that you have to prove, so you can be able. So it's a medical treatment. It's not only a I don't know what the other word would be, but it's.
But I think for me it was really, I called Tatiana, and I really felt that there was such a warmth and I just had a really good conversation with her, and yeah, that made me convinced that this was the place for us, at least, because I don't know, it just felt like more a familiar vibe, and as Josef said, when we then spoke to the other Swedish couple, then they really confirmed this experience, that they said it had been absolutely wonderful, and they had been welcomed here with a warmth that they never encountered in Sweden. So for me, that really, then I thought, okay, this is definitely the place, and we have never regretted that decision. It has really been.
Started looking at surrogacy, and we found out that it's legal in Georgia, so we started to look for clinics that offers surrogacy in Georgia.
And also offers PGD, which is a genetic screening of the eggs to prevent the child from getting the disease that Christina has. And at the time we found out that Chachava clinic was the only clinic that we can find that had this possibility. So then we started with, we contacted them, and everything seemed really good, so we started.
It's a fantastic journey once you have found the right clinic and you're in good hands. So it never felt any strange to come here to Georgia, and it's been a great experience.
Most of our expectations were fulfilled, at least, and especially one thing I felt when I visited this place for the first time, it was a high technology. So it felt like it's a very modern institution, and it's always a comforting thing when you feel familiar to it, because it's similar to Swedish standards. So that felt good, and then also the personal contact, the interaction felt very good, and the doctors were sweet and such. So I think, I think most of them.
Yeah, it was really, I think, and also a lot of things that we didn't expect. Like we had a really wonderful surrogate mother who took such well care of the baby, and we were able to get in contact with her and ask her questions, and contact the clinic. And every time the surrogate's mother has an ultrasound or a checkup, then the doctor will come back to us with the results and send us little photos. So even though we were quite geographically far away from Tbilisi, we felt very close to the process. I developed very strong feeling for the child, even though he wasn't in my own womb. So I guess in many ways it also exceeded our expectations for how it was a very nice process.
We have felt that we have been very professionally and nicely met, and there has been no problems. Of course, it has been an emotional journey, especially for me, of course, but no, everything has worked out so fine, and we have had so much help, and
and all the time during the process we have got regular emails with how everything is going, and pictures of ultrasound pictures, and what medical treatments that the surrogate mother has had, and everything has been really good with that.
We tried many years, and now we are so happy with this lovely little baby girl. It's a dream that came true.
It's been very overwhelming. I guess like any new parent would feel like a very emotional ride. I was actually present during the birth, which was a very beautiful moment. I obviously cried when everything happened, and then he came out, and he was just so perfect and sweet, and it has been amazing so far. Obviously we are new, and we still have to adjust and learn, but we are so happy. We couldn't be happier. It's definitely it sounds like a cliche, but it's the greatest thing that has happened in my life.
Now when it has gone a bit more than 2 weeks since her birth, then now we have started to really feel how it is to have a child.
Yeah.
A lot of emotions from the beginning, and a lot to learn. Now we're starting to...
We're getting to know her bit by bit, and it feels great, actually.